नहीं बनानी है यार, गुजराती फिल्म बनानी ही नहीं, किस लिए बनानी है, इतना त्रास अगर लेने का है तो बनानी ही नहीं चाहिए।
Hello guys and welcome to the yet another episode of the Entrepreneur Talks. Today we have with us the founder of CineMan Productions and co-founder of Oho streaming platform, Mr. Abhishek Jain. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So where did the idea of Oho come to your mind?
So Oho Gujarati is something that, though it took shape in middle of pandemic, but since a year before that, we have been thinking that there were so many stories that we wanted to say. There were so many stories coming from Gujarat or from outside of Gujarat, but by Gujaratis. So from grassroots to global, but we couldn't say it or bring it on screen because adhering to the theatrical release, and sometimes you have to look at a story from its cinema projection point of view. But how long are we going to keep rejecting or neglecting these stories or ignoring them? So why not tell these stories for which we are really excited, but to tell them on a platform that we are really excited about. That's when Oho took birth.
So what are the similarities between being a director and an entrepreneur, and what are the differences?
Okay, so when I was in the film school, I thought that direction is more of a technical job than managerial job. But I realized that it's weighing between the two. Yeah. You have to have a knack for storytelling and a knack for you to be able to tell people what story you want to tell. And that brings down to the fact that entrepreneurship journey or an entrepreneur's journey or a businessman's journey is similar, because you are not the one who is like jack of all or a master of all, but you are supposed to gather a team who have their special skills and tell them what you are looking at or what is your vision like and how you can drive them constantly towards that one vision. So direction and entrepreneurship is quite parallel, barring the storytelling part of it. Because in entrepreneurship, you cannot keep on telling stories. You need to create stories. And in direction, you are always telling stories and creating stories.
Yeah, that's so true. So coming back to the young age group, lot of people want to be in media and entertainment industry. And I just want to ask, what are those 3 skill sets you feel that they should definitely develop apart from their creative skills? Like if they are photographer or cinematographer, cinematography skill by default you have to develop because you want to make your career in it. But what are those other 3 to 4 skills that they should definitely develop if they want to be in this industry?
I think patience is first thing. You must have a lot of patience, because as an individual talent, you're not working solely. There are so many factors that are working around you, and there are so many people that are working around you. So not everyone is going to be the same kind or on the same vibe or of the same nature. Secondly, your human skills should not diminish. You have to be equally human with everyone and with your story also. Third thing is social sensitivity, which is very important. Sometimes we think that artists are meant to be aloof from the society. They are not. They are in fact the most crucial part of the society. So cutting yourself out from the society is not a great deal. In fact, making yourself part of the society will help you with a lot of expression that you want to express. So these are 3-4 things that I think. Sensitivity comes obviously as an important factor, patience comes, and observation skills comes, and so yeah, these are a couple of things.
So in any field, or when you are chasing your passion and you found your passion that this is the thing I want to do. So let's say I am doing podcast from last 1 year right now. So when I was before the podcast, I want to do podcast and I चलो अभी करते हैं. एंड फिर पता चलता है कि अच्छा ये ऐसा इस तरीके से होता है, ऑडियो मास्टरिंग इस तरीके से करना होता है, एडिटिंग में यहाँ पे होता है. एडिटिंग ऐसा सोचा था कि कुछ नहीं होगा, बट बहुत ही डिफरेंट आउटकम निकला उसका. फिर इन पॉडकास्टिंग ऑल्सो आई वॉज चेजिंग गुड आंसर्स, बट द थिंग इज़ आई हैव टू आस्क बेटर क्वेश्चंस टू गेट द गुड आंसर्स. तो वो पता चला. एंड देयर आर सो मैनी थिंग्स इन द पैशन, सो आई जस्ट वांट टू आस्क इन योर पैशन direction or in your entrepreneurial journey also, what are those learning you didn't expect it or you didn't explore before and after you jump in you dived into it, and you explored that, oh, I didn't expect those things to become at me?
Interesting question. So when I dived in, I didn't know that I would be held responsible for so many things that I do. So I thought, I'm an individual, I want to make a film, I'll tell my story and get away with it. But once you tell a story, you become a public figure. And that comes with a sense of responsibility. That responsibility I realized later, after having made my first film. I realized that I am not only a filmmaker as an individual, but I am actually probably being given a responsibility of representing a community. And I have to now be responsible whenever I communicate next. So that sense of public ownership is something that was new to me. And I am very, very conscious about that. It will never come as a conscious factor when I'm deciding on a story or on an initiative. वो कहते हैं ना कि अरे पब्लिक क्या चाहती है वो देख के बनाओ, वो नहीं. बट आप जो भी बना रहे हो उसका सीधा असर पब्लिक पे हो रहा है. तो क्या आप कुछ वर्थ वाइल बना रहे हो? आप उनके पैसों का वर्थ बना रहे हो, या उनके समय का वर्थ बना रहे हो, या उनके सोशल एंगेजमेंट का वर्थ बना रहे हो, या उनके एक्सपेक्टेशन का वर्थ बना रहे हो? नहीं. दैट चेक इटसेल्फ इज आल्सो अ ह्यूज टास्क इन माय हेड.
राइट. सो सर, लोग बोलते रहते हैं कि फेलियर से सीखना चाहिए, कि फेलियर से बहुत सीखने को मिलता है. एंड आई यूजुअली गेट दिस पॉइंट कि ओके, फेलियर से सीखो ऐसा कुछ, बट सक्सेस ऑल्सो प्लेज अ ह्यूज रोल इन योर लाइफ. एंड द थिंग्स दैट वर्कड फॉर यू, डबल डाउन ऑन इट, बिकम 2x टाइम 3x टाइम बेटर एट इट. और जहाँ पे मिस्टेक की है वहाँ पे थोड़ा इंप्रूवमेंट करना चालू करो. So like I just want to ask, what was your favorite success moment, and what are the learnings you want to take from it?
It's quite connecting to the previous anecdote that I mentioned, but there is a very specific anecdote. When I was done with Kevi Rite Jaish and I was planning to make my second film, Bey Yaar, and there were some challenges and hiccups and all of that, and I was a little frustrated with those things, and I thought that नहीं बनानी है यार, गुजराती फिल्म बनानी ही नहीं है, किस लिए बनानी है, इतना त्रास अगर लेने का है तो बनानी नहीं चाहिए. ये सब चल रहा था. I'd met an actor and I was in Bombay and he had thrown some weird tantrums at us, and I thought यार इसको ऐसे जिल्लत भरी सिचुएशन में इसको एक्टिंग करवाना, या फिर इसको ऐसा लग रहा है कि मजबूरी से एक्टिंग कर रहा है, इससे अच्छा नहीं करवाता, ये फिल्म ही नहीं करनी. Just then I had finished that meeting, I had gone down, I was sitting in my car and I got a call. It was an unknown number and I answered it, and there was this person on the other side and she kept on saying thank you, and she kept on saying a series of thank yous. And I was like, hello, baby. कौन बात करो? Because this number I'm not known to, and why are you thanking me? बोले, are you Abhishek Jain? Yes, I am Abhishek Jain. And thank you again. I'm like, stop ma'am, but what is it about? बोले कि you don't know and you probably won't know me. Which I said, yes, obviously I don't know, I don't have your number. But my brother just saw your film Kevi Rite Jaish, and I stay in Mangalore, my brother stays in Canada, my parents stay in Surat, and for us to be able to do good education, they until now we didn't know that they had put their house at stake and sent us to these place to study. And my brother saw Kevi Rite Jaish one night when he was in Canada, and he decided that he wants to wrap up his bags and come back to India forever. He came back to India, he went to our house and the house was locked. And the neighbors told that they don't stay here anymore after you guys went away. And then he connected with them, obviously. तो मैं कॉल करूँ, तब मैं खबर पड़ी जाए मम्मी पापा क्या है, मम्मी पापा ने खबर दो तो सरप्राइज मत आया तो. And then he saw the plight of the parents, and the brother and sister decided they are not going anywhere. They are going to stay with their parents. And she said that thank you for this, because if my brother wouldn't have seen your film, he wouldn't have planned a surprise to go back to India forever, and he wouldn't have come to know the plight of my parents, and we probably wouldn't have reunited. Right. So thank you so much for bringing my family out of this distress. And I was like, now this is what I want to make films for. To be able to make a smallest change in one person's life. And that moment has stayed with me. This is what, 2013. Until date, I cannot forget that call. I can very literally position myself in that situation where that car was, where I was standing. It was Andheri flyover. I was standing beneath it, and there was so much of noise already. It was evening 7 o'clock. I remember everything about it because that's where I sort of felt enlightenment that this is what you are meant to be when you are a filmmaker. After that, I've not got in touch with that person. I don't know who that person is. That call was randomly just came and it went away, and it left such a great impact on me. I feel these are the moments that you live for as a filmmaker.
So powerful. So evaluation needs eliminating. Where as you evolve in your life, you need to eliminate things, because when we say that we have to learn, keep on learning, that's the thing that okay, we have to keep on learning to learn a new skill or anything. But if you want to progress a little bit faster or you have to evolve, you have to unlearn also lot many things. Because 2010 में जो किया था, 2015 का अभिषेक जैन था, वो totally different है. तो what are those things do you have to unlearn also? So what are still, like you are now 2010 you started CineMan Productions, it is your 11th year in the business. What are those things that you unlearned in this process?
I've unlearned a lot, but one thing is to forget and to forgive. You have to forget your past achievements for you to be able to approach a new project, so that you approach with utmost innocence and naivety and cherish every experience that it gives you. And to forgive, because there were so many people that you met in the past. If you don't forgive them, you are cutting down your possibilities of collaborating with them again. And that might have been a situation or a time where you might have clashed with that person or that situation also. But always reviving that relation helps a lot and brings a fresh approach towards taking it ahead. So I think forgetting your past achievements, forgetting that makes you grounded, that makes you a lesser arrogant person and makes you more human and makes you like a kid who doesn't know anything. And that's when you approach it that you don't know anything. It makes you, it gives you room for a lot of learning. So that's what I think I have tried to shed out of myself.
So I want to bring in Pratik Gandhi in the conversation, that because you you directed him in 2013, 2012 when you were directing Bey Yaar, and he, like, at that point of time he was working in one company, yeah, and you saw the whole process and his whole growth, and you also worked with him in Vittal TD also, and you know him very personally. So what are the qualities that you want to tell our audience that Pratik Gandhi have, 2 or 3 qualities about him?
Perseverance, definitely one. He is very patient, he is very positive, he is always very optimistic about things. He tries to find good things in any situation. You give him the worst scene, he will try to find the best out of it. And his constant effort to add value to anything that is around him. It's not only script, everything around him. Even if it is a food dish, he would want to add value to it. That constant, and he's not a human being, he's a robot. The way he works, the amount of dedication he gives to his work, and the constant amount of energy and enthusiasm that he keeps alive is something which is it is rarely found in human beings. So I call him a robot.
So if any person right now wants to start an advertising agency or a production house, let's say they are in the first year of business, what are the mistakes they can avoid right now? Because you started 10 years ago, I know the different challenges were different back then, but there are some kind of challenges, it will be still prevailed today also. Like what are those mistakes that they can avoid in their first year of running a business? Because first year is the foundation of business, and foundation needs to be very strong, then you can sustain.
What I've seen commonly amongst youngsters and young entrepreneurs, though I'm also young, I'm not that old, but what I see is that there is already an apprehension and there is already so much of filter that one has made when he approaches or she approaches a work. यार ये ऐसा काम तो मैं नहीं करना चाहता हूँ, ऐसा काम मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था मैं कर पाऊँगा. Those things are not really, giving you a lot of rich experience.
Yeah.
If you already have a filter, if you already have a certain baggage that you're coming from, is going to stop you from experimenting. And people want to be in a safe cocoon, which is not this nature of business. The nature of business is not to be settled. The nature of business is to constantly be unsettled.
What is that one personal habit of yours that helped you in your professional life, and one professional habit of yours that helped you in your personal life?
A personal habit of mine is to be able to listen. To be a good listener has helped me personally and professionally both. And the professional habit of trying to keep an orderliness and to organize things have helped me in personal life also. But they are all very interspersed. They are not two different lives that I live.
Thank you so much, sir, for doing this.
Thank you so much. Wonderful questions. Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoyed this video. So please do drop a like and share this video with your friends who are budding entrepreneurs or they want to start their journey into the entertainment industry. Also mention 3 things that you learned from this episode in the comments, and please
subscribe to Spotlight's YouTube channel.
Thank you so much. Bye bye, guys.
I can write or not, whether I can make or not, whether I'm fit for this profession or not, whether I can continue making films or not.
Why was that self-doubt happened in you?